Good morning. This is Rockman Pieter here, and we are on the subject of silence. And today we want to talk about the still small voice of God. Now, let me read this passage to you out of First Kings, and then I will explain to you what is happening here. And this is so amazing. This will help you today, and I just love this. In First Kings 19, verse 11 to 13, God is interacting here with Elijah. And this is what he said. And then he said, "Go out and stand on the mountain before the Lord." And behold, the Lord passed by, and the great and strong wind tore into the mountain and broke the rocks in pieces before the Lord, and the Lord was not in the wind. And after the wind, an earthquake, but the Lord was not in the earthquake. And after the earthquake, a fire, but the Lord was not in the fire. And after the fire, a still small voice. So it was when Elijah heard it that he wrapped his face in his mantle and went out and stood in the entrance of the cave. And suddenly the voice came to him and said, "What are you doing here, Elijah?" Now, let's just recap here quickly, and we don't have much time here. I'm trying to do this videos very short. Now, first of all, he had a huge victory on Mount Carmel just before that. The fire of God consumes his sacrifice. They killed 900 false prophets. Ahab the king went to Jezebel and told Jezebel what happened. And Jezebel sent a message to Elijah and said, "Tomorrow I'm going to kill you. I'm going to do exactly the same what you did to the prophets." And fear came on Elijah, and he ran for his life to the point that he was in the wilderness lying under a tree and wanted to die. You know, sometimes things go good with us in life and we have victories and everything is just awesome. And suddenly things go wrong and the enemy sends you a message. It doesn't matter how it comes to you, through circumstances, through other people, through it looks like things is falling apart. And fear came on us, or fear came on you, to the point that you don't even want to live. There was times in my life that stuff was so bad with voices in me that I was so depressed that I don't even want to live. And I know there's lots of people out there that struggle with these things. Right now, there's so many people drowning. They're drowning in circumstances. Now, what is interesting here, the angel came and served him, and then God commanded him to come and stand on the mountain. Now, what I read out of this to encourage you with today, what I read out of this, there was first a wind that torn through the mountain and split the rocks and everything. I believe that as Elijah was running, he was probably having these things going through his mind and through his heart and his emotions. Can God just come and destroy this Jezebel and destroy this bad things in this country with a wind and just tore it apart? Or can God just come with an earthquake and shake everything up, which we hear a lot in these days? God is bringing a shaking. Or can God just come with a fire and burn all this stuff up? I honestly believe these things was going through his emotions, and I think we also struggle with that. But what is interesting, God was not in any of those things. And when he heard the still small voice, he covered his face and he opened up so that the Father can speak to him. I want to say to you something that is really the real and true. Sometimes we just want this wild thing to come and happen and destroy all our enemies and destroy everything that is coming against us. But you know what? The still small voice, if you study it in the Hebrew, it is a calm, fine voice. It means it's not a harsh voice. It's not a voice of anger. It's a fine voice. And you know what? Sometimes you just need to get into the presence of Jesus and wait upon him, like I explained yesterday, that we wait upon him and we get entwined with him, and Christ is in us and we are in Christ, and let go of all the thoughts, let go of all the anger, let go of all the things in His presence and wait for His still small voice. Because when the still small voice of God came, He gave him instructions, simple instructions to go and anoint certain people to take positions to restore Israel, to restore the country. And I just want to say to you, right now you are maybe in a very difficult situation, but you can go and sit in His presence and you can wait upon Him. The Bible says, Jesus say, my sheep hear my voice. And you can wait on Him and He will give you instructions, step by step, how to come out of your situation or how to bring new creative things around you or a new journey. So God bless you. That's what I want to leave with you today. It's a little bit longer than usual, but I see you tomorrow. Thank you.